Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Occulty channel. This is Pope-mania! His coolest, the Pope. All nurturing, all caring, loved by every man, or at least should be. He's adorable. Muslims like him, Catholics like him, evangelicals like him, Buddhists like him, even atheists love Pope Francis. Pope-mania! All-inclusive, nurturing, Spacy Pope. A Pope of miracles. A Pope of ideas. A Pope that says things that everybody should subscribe to. He's got big plans for September on a world tour, and he's making a major power play to bring the globe together in solidarity under one ethos so that we can all get along and have peace and security. A lot of stuff I kind of agree with, but I kind of like, theologies being separate. Church and government being separate. I like the diversity. I like the melting pot and the debate. Now, he gets into dangerous territory. You peel back the layers of the onion and you start to see some things that raise some eyebrows. Now, the Catholic Church has its way with language. They understand language and they understand how to implement, use it, and manipulate it. Here the Pope is talking about gossip.
È il terrorismo delle chiacchiere, perché quello che chiacchiera è un terrorista che butta una bomba, distrugge e lui è fuori.
And how we shouldn't gossip, but he's not defining gossip. He's using it as a blanket term. When you say a gossip is the same as blowing up people, I beg to differ with that. This is not the same caliber of thing, and he's not saying gossip as in lies. He's using it as a blanket term. So if you're going to debate theology, if you're going to debate science, if you're going to debate this and that falls under this blanket of gossip. And in his eyes, that is terrorism. To poke fun, to make fun of others' religions, to talk about others' religions, that is terrorism. Now, to my atheist friends out there, you should be highly concerned with this. On the outside, it sounds like he's talking about, what you guys want. He's telling you guys what you want to hear. But the end result, should he have his way, that would mean that, evolution in schools, that's gossip. That is gossip. Teaching science to some degree without irrevocable proof is gossip. It's gossip. Everything across the board gets watered down. That is what he is talking about here. He even elaborates on his views of freedom of speech.
I believe you cannot react violently, but if my good friend Dr. Gaspari says a curse word against my mother, he can expect a punch. It's normal. You cannot provoke. You cannot insult the faith of others. You cannot make fun of the faith of others.
Now, I say these things now while I still can, because I don't know if you guys can see it, I don't know if you guys can feel it, but major global change is coming, and it's coming swiftly. The Chinese market is falling sharply. Europe's financial markets are in turmoil. U.S. commodities are starting to dip, which was a major indicator of the bubble burst of 2007. We have military across the globe training for civil unrest this summer. Post haste. The uber rich are relocating to neutral nation states like New Zealand and islands. Everybody's preparing for something big in the fall time. And at that same time, our pontiff is coming to the United States to give a historical announcement. Now, I think if we get thrown into global chaos, the powers that be are going to need somebody, a spokesperson, to calm things down, to bring it down a little bit. Just bring down everybody's tension a little bit. And it would appear that they are branding the perfect spokesman, an all-inclusive representative of global faith, to get us to simmer down a little bit. What's dangerous, though, is they might give him unscrupulous power, the power of dictation, and the power of marketing, and the power of majority manipulation. We may find ourselves in a temporary state where what this guy says becomes law. You look at his views of freedom of speech and everything. If you speak out against these plans, him personally might not enforce it, but the guard dogs will. If we're in turmoil, there'll be certain things that you cannot speak about, which would be religion, period. You can believe whatever you want, but you're not going to be able to talk about it. The only thing that you will be able to discuss is global unification, sustainable theology, or maybe a term like the order. The world is changing, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you are ready. Now, not for nothing, I'm sure his heart is true, and I really respect him and everything and what he's doing. And like I said, I agree with a lot of what he said, but there are some spooky things in Scripture that this guy seems to like to parallel with. But to find out what that is, that would require reading. And we all know how much the church likes to read. We like to argue over a book, but none of us seem to like to read it, or ourselves. Of course, that would be freelancing, wouldn't it?
Nella Chiesa non esiste il fai da te, non esistono battitori liberi. Quante volte Papa Benedetto ha descritto la Chiesa come un noi ecclesiale. Talvolta capita di sentire qualcuno dire io credo in Dio, credo in Gesù, ma la Chiesa non mi interessa. Quante volte abbiamo sentito questo? E questo non va. C'è chi ritiene di poter avere un rapporto personale, diretto, immediato con Gesù Cristo, al di fuori della comunione e della meditazione della Chiesa. Sono tentazioni pericolose, sono tentazioni dannose, sono, come diceva il grande Paolo VI, dicotomie assurde. È vero che camminare insieme è impegnativo e a volte può risultare faticoso. Può succedere che qualche fratello o qualche sorella ci faccia problema o ci dia scandalo, ma il Signore ha affidato il suo messaggio di salvezza a delle persone umane, a tutti noi, a dei testimoni ed è nei nostri fratelli e nelle nostre sorelle con il loro dono e il loro limite che ci viene incontro e ci fa riconoscere. E questo significa appartenere alla Chiesa. Ricordatevi bene, essere cristiano significa appartenenza alla Chiesa. Il nome è cristiano, il cognome è appartenenza alla Chiesa.
Yeah, the Catholic Church doesn't seem to have a pretty good track record with inclusiveness of Scripture in doctrine. They like to suppress and bury the book in which they claim to go by. It's just weird. It's a weird setup. To each their own. I believe in freedom of faith. I believe, people should have the right to choose what they want to believe. I have my beliefs, you have yours, and I'm willing and open to discuss it in a logical fashion, and I feel everybody else should be too, because that's how a society will grow spiritually. Suppressing that, not being able to talk about other people's faith, that's called stagnation, my friends. And no culture, no society is going to advance in a state of stagnation. But stagnation is exactly where they want you to be. So be careful, ladies and gentlemen. I smell and I sense great deceptions here. Spooky great deceptions. But, be not afraid. That's all part of the plan, at least from my perspective. It's the natural course of things. It's good to be informed, but I feel shouldn't stand in the way of it. Just be an observer. Watch things happen. Pass the message on to other people. If this video's message resonates with you, share it. Give it a like. If you absolutely hate it, go ahead and leave a comment. It's cool. You leave a comment right below. Say what you got to say. Thank you for your time, ladies and gentlemen. If you were faithful, be blessed. If you're atheist or agnostic, I hope you have a wonderful day. And have a good one. Later.
Christ didn't come to earth to give us the willies. He came to help us out. He was a booster.
Segno che San Gennaro vuol bene al Papa, che è napoletano come noi. Il sangue è metà sciolto già.
You're playing with the big boys now.
L'ordinazione. Se non siete sicuri di che Gesù è il centro della vostra vita, ma aspettate un po' più di tempo.